That's why just like Heath Ledger as the Joker is probably like number one movie character of all time. And I watched a Mojo video about it. Watch Mojo video about it. And honestly, like, I agree with everything it said. Like, you can't deny that Heath Ledger as the Joker is.
I haven't seen it, so.
You haven't seen Heath Ledger as the Joker?
No.
He gave his life for that performance.
Oh, I've seen Joker, the Joker.
That's Joaquin Phoenix. He played Brother Bear. He played the brother that became the Brother Bear.
Wait, is it a guy that turns into a bear?
Yeah, it's a guy whose brother gets killed by a bear, and then out of revenge, he ends up killing a bear. But upon killing the bear as revenge for his brother, he becomes a bear.
It's like Jack Frost, but
with bears.
Bears.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I haven't seen the Heath Ledger Joker movie.
Have you seen Joker 2?
I have
not.
The
musical? Odds are you have to watch that by the end of the week and give me a review and proof that you watched it.
It's a busy week, man.
You know. You make time for friends.
20.
I'd like to think.
20.
3, 2, 1,
6.
14.
Ooh, thank God, dude.
6/14 is my birthday.
And 6 plus 14
and
is
Donald,
20.
And Donald Trump's
it's
birthday.
Donald Trump's birthday, too. Donald Trump actually loves the movie Brother Bear. Do you know that?
Imagine he's just tweeting like AI memes of him like in the movie because like, I wish I could be in Brother Bear.
Yeah,
that's my best.
He thinks
Trump.
it's a real story. He thinks it actually happened. He's terrified of ever killing a bear.
To be honest, I don't think I think given that it's a Native American story, I think he'd just be disinterested from the get-go.
That's true. So
what is this DEI?
Dude, now
it's like no, but they got Joaquin Phoenix. They were voiced by white people. Some of them.
Okay, I'll give it another shot. Dude, now imagine Native American Joker. Let's just get started. Let's just go to the intro.
Where the legal THC at? I can tell you. At IndaCloud. IndaCloud is your online cannabis dispensary. You don't have to walk anywhere. You don't have to drive anywhere. It's all online. If you're 21 or older, head to indacloud.co and use code SuperMega for 40% off your first order plus free shipping. It's IndaCloud's biggest sale of the year, and it's live all month long. No 12-hour panic buys here. That's indacloud.co, code SuperMega, 40% off, free shipping, and the only Black Friday upgrade that comes with actual belly laughs and not lines. As always, please enjoy responsibly, and thanks to IndaCloud for sponsoring the podcast. Cold mornings, holiday plans, this is exactly the time I just want my wardrobe to be simple. Now, stuff that I'd actually wear that's also super comfortable and doesn't look like I just pulled something out of the hamper. And that's where Quince comes in. Matt and I love wearing our Quince attire around, not only because it's comfortable, but we look very handsome and it motivates us to do better throughout our day. And it's fun to wear. Forgot about that. I can't not mention that. But you don't only have to get Quince for yourself, it also works perfectly as a gift. Whoa, just in time for the holidays. Wow. Go to quince.com/supermega to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/supermega. for free shipping and a 365-day return. Again, quince.com/supermega. Be there or be square. Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your terms. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Green overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
Congratulations, you won! Alert! 今天恢复你美丽的波士顿。
Not lying to me. We're doing right now. We're having a discussion of. We have a computer in the middle of us for the video watchers, and for the audio listeners, just for context. And I was making sure that usually we have the SuperMega logo spinning on that computer.
Right.
It looks very beautiful. I'd go and give us a view and maybe even a like. If you're just listening to the audio, and go check it out for yourself. Go, oh my gosh, I thought you were lying about that computer with the spinning SuperMega logo.
Looks pretty cool.
And you're going to show up and you're going to look like a daft fool when you realize we do have a little computer-like display with the SuperMega logo rotating.
That's right. I crafted this with my own 2 hands.
And your feet. You used your feet too, and I think give yourself credit for that. You were watching some tutorials on. You were just going. I remember you were telling me it's such wasted potential that we only use them for walking. So
it is because when you look at monkeys, they use their feet for everything.
Their feet are different than ours. That they actually have opposable. Why did we lose that, dude?
It's bullshit because it's so useful. Literally, why did we lose that?
Because it made us better at being nomads. Because we
that's dumb. We
loved walking around so much that we stopped climbing on trees and hanging from branches.
Yeah, but I feel like even
God,
if
I love walking.
even if we're walking more, I feel like that shouldn't change the usefulness of the structure of our feet.
I think
monkeys can walk fine.
I think the usefulness of us going on nice summer or beach walks, started to outweigh in evolutionary terms for some reason within the DNA. It started to take precedent.
That's bogus. It's BS. Because imagine how fucking cool it would be if I popped these sneakers off and I peeled my socks off and I had just fucking gorgeous, basically hands for feet.
Yeah, and we get back problems because we're not perfect beings like a monkey. A monkey can. Oh yeah, they're the default like this. If we start doing this too much, we'll get back problems. Both you and I struggle with back problems every now and then.
On our recent streams we've been doing, the lottery scratchers and the drawing with crayons one.
But the setup for the shark video, how we recorded Sharks and Minnows, which was a Let's Play we put on the channel recently, I think that's the way to kind of even do streams now.
It's pretty awesome. But those streams where we've been having to kind of lean forward, at the end of those, my back is just my lower back wrecked. Feels like it's about to explode. It's insane how starting at I think it started at 24 for me. My back starting to really be more sensitive, like a little bitch, and then now at almost 30, it's painful. I notice if I'm lifting something and I bend forward, I'm like, ooh, ah. That's how I threw my back out for the first time ever. And I was holding a very large box and I was on an incline.
How big is this box we're talking?
This box is
like the size of an elephant big?
No, dude.
I'm trying to put it in perspective.
Why would
some people don't have decent imaginations, or they have overactive imaginations, and they're struggling to put a size to this story of yours? How big is this box, Matt? People want to know.
It was
answer the question.
It was
you're stalling. What is this?
This big.
I don't know sign language.
2.5 or 3 feet by 2 feet, maybe.
Maybe you sound unsure.
I don't know the exact dimensions.
So you can change your story later when it doesn't add up. We ask the real questions here.
You ask the. These
McGee
aren't even real
News
questions.
and Entertainment.
McGee. It's the E Entertainment with the exclamation mark.
McGee.
Yeah. No, but I was on an incline and I was putting this box in my car and I leaned.
Now, how
forward.
steep was this? I'm sorry.
It was at a 3-degree grade, and I just leaned forward a little bit, and then, bah! Dude, it was holy fuck. And I kept lifting boxes after that because I was like, ooh.
I'm a young boy. I'm strapping to some degree, I'm sure,
Well, I never throw my back out, and it hurt really bad, but I was like, okay, but it's probably just gonna hurt for a second, and then if I just keep kind of moving around, it'll go away. It did not. And
No.
then all of a sudden I realized like, oh shit, this hurts. Oh my God, it hurts really bad. And I couldn't even get in my car.
The lesson is when your body's trying to tell you like pain, 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 you should listen to it. Because I did the same thing. I ignored. Like I remember I was going on like car rides during the like I was driving a lot during like training and stuff, and I could feel as I was driving like my bottom back just kind of like being compressed and getting a certain way. And I would always start to just kind of like do this in the seat, and that would be curling and making it worse. But it would feel like relief, but it's actually making it worse. When my lower back is hurting, like if I'm sitting, I push my hips forward because it feels like relief. Am I not supposed to do that?
Still,
this is bad. This is bad for like really. You want to be sitting straight up with lumbar support, and typically, like legitimately, we just have to gain some sort of abdominal strength, just a little bit.
That's where it all. Look, when I sit up straight, I have to readjust the camera if I sit up straight
because you're so you're like 7 feet tall, in Hollywood height.
Yeah. What is this? It's cutting the top of my head off. So I have to slouch.
Well, we do set it up. I remember you do have me slouch when we're focusing the cameras, because the wide's already focused. But typically, when we shut the cameras off in between podcast recording episodes, both of our cameras will go out of focus. Luke, show an example of what out of focus looks like. Isn't that insane?
That's pretty cool. That's actually awesome. Like what you can do with modern technology.
Okay, you can turn it off, Luke.
Luke, turn it off.
But yeah, so we have to readjust.
The wide too, Luke. Turn it off the wide too.
Please, thank you. We have to readjust them for our personal cameras every single episode, unless we just leave them on for days.
Which Tucker said is good for the cameras.
He said if we wanted to stay focused, that's how it would be done.
He said it's good for the cameras and better for our electricity bill.
He was eating a handful of chips while giving us like all the info about the room. We had to actually get a vacuum in here to clean up.
And he goes and he was saying like check it out when you focus, and he got fucking Doritos shit all over the lens because he was touching the lens. And I would think that someone of Tucker's caliber, when it comes to like filming, cameras, all that stuff, would know better than to touch the lens like directly.
Yeah. So we had to do a lot of cleaning up after Tucker, unfortunately. You see now people have to. Now you're making their eyes do a lot of work. When it goes from me to you, look at that. Their eyes have to shift, and now, like, lazy people. Well, sometimes when I'm editing a video, not all the time, but when a camera transitions and it feels too jolting, I'll put my thumb on the focal point and just move the next shot's focal point to where my thumb is.
Oh, I never...
Like an ape.
I do that sometimes where I'll put my finger on the screen.
Yeah.
And then I'll if I need to find the exact center of something, yeah. I'll go into Photoshop, I will make a tiny circle, I will center it in Photoshop, and then I'll put it into Premiere. There's probably a much easier way to do it.
Yeah.
I wish Premiere had better centering tools and shit.
They have perfect centering tool. They have a perfect centering tool for
text and shit. But I wish they had it for objects.
Like they have that same method of centering for objects.
That would be
anything.
Awesome. Like anything, like video, or like if I throw a graphic in, I should be able to align it or center it.
If you rotoscope something, and it's a separate layer now.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, maybe by 2036 Adobe will add that feature in. Hey, I will say Adobe's has been stepping it up lately. They have been doing a better job. The new and improved updates they've been adding to Premiere and Photoshop, I will say, especially Photoshop. I like them. I love them. It's making me happy, and it's the first time in my life I'm not furious at Adobe. I'm like, okay.
Well, except when you're looking for like a picture of a shark and they throw you stuff like this.
Yeah.
Or this.
Adobe stock.
Luke, I'll send you the picures. You sent me those.
Yeah, the ones on
when you were making the thumbnail for the Sharks and Minnows video.
And I was looking up. I was on Adobe stock.
They're so bad, dude.
They shouldn't let people upload.
Did someone do that for money?
I guess.
Or was it we need an example of stuff?
No, I mean
to throw in the shark section.
Basically, I was looking for a picture of a great white shark facing the camera, and this is one of the ones that came up. both of these, and I was like, what is this shit?
But luckily, you can turn off generative AI.
That wasn't
right?
AI.
That was just
someone made that and then was like, yeah, I'm gonna put this on the stock website. So because someone's definitely gonna need the.
Well, there's a shit ton of AI too on the.
Yeah, it's
but you
really
said you can choose an
frustrating.
option.
You could turn it off on Adobe stock, but it always turns itself back on.
Really?
Every time I revisit, so I have to manually turn it off.
Always bad too.
Dude, honestly, like
it doesn't look
no
quite good enough.
Like Google Images pisses me off so much that they don't have an option to turn off like AI.
There's
images.
plenty of pictures of normal things that I'm looking up on Google. Think of gorilla, crocodile, where if I look up monkey, I don't need in the third row to see an AI picture of a monkey. You know?
Right.
I think we have enough pictures of monkeys where we don't have to devolve into using AI images to try to depict what a monkey looks like. How would people know unless we had AI?
And I'm always scared of like when I go on Google Images or something for a thumbnail to grab like pictures. I'm scared of accidentally using an AI image without realizing it, and then getting canceled.
I'm gonna go a bit off topic, but it's kind of like within the same realm.
It's about the monkeys.
It's about depictions, like how AI. We're so far in the future that AI is like using kind of the knowledge to like depict its own version of not its own, but like an amalgamation of a monkey using other sources.
But
from
it's using
the internet.
AI at this point.
Yeah, but like I liked that moment in history where we didn't have cameras, so like when people went out and discovered new species or animals, they would just have to draw it or describe it themselves. So like early descriptions of like giraffes or just whatever, like it always looked slightly off or like just different than what they actually look like.
Especially like an elusive creature, because like if you see if you're like an explorer way back in the day
With the hat?
Yes, you have
With
to have
the
the hat.
mustache?
Yep.
Okay.
And you see a like a jaguar, it's like nope, not the car.
Oh.
The beast, the creature.
Yes.
You're
both
not
are
gonna
beasts.
you're not gonna sit around and like draw it, right? Because that's a dangerous creature. You're gonna be like, and also you're only gonna see it for a second.
You're gonna try to remember it as hard as you can. You're gonna try to burn it into your fucking brain. Because when you go back to camp, you're gonna have to scribble that out onto some paper.
So like no one's sitting down and being like, oh, there's a deadly creature, let me sit down and then draw it. It's not going to stay still. You're going to be scared. So you do have to take a mental snapshot and then go back to camp and try to draw it. And if you're not artistically inclined, then it's like I have to report back to the king with this information of this new animal. And then like
people were like kind of commissioned to go explore. Like generally just go explore and see if there's any useful stuff that we can go take and pillage.
Yeah.
Essentially is is the underlying, well, I guess isn't really at that time wasn't like in minimal font. That was just like everyone knew that was the purpose.
Yeah. I love
anything useful that we can steal and take and rip out from the hearts of these indigenous people.
Is there gold?
Oh, yep.
Dude,
we'll teach them French.
That's a fair trade. But that's a great sketch idea. Like a guy who returns to the king and he has to like show his drawings of like all the new creatures that he's seen, but like he really can't draw at all.
Like, let me see if I can, like when you look at stuff like this, like when people only had art to try to depict stuff.
Luke, show this.
I'll send pictures.
Show some pictures.
It's like, but what is that top right animal?
What the fuck is it? Wait, what is that supposed to be? An elephant?
I have no clue.
I think it's supposed to be an elephant because it has a trunk, but it looks like a dog. Are there
early European images? This was a buffalo.
That has to be shown. Holy shit. Dude, the buffaloes are the craziest ones.
I'll send you all of these, Luke.
Holy shit. The buffaloes need to be shown 100%. Those are terrifying. They're not like horribly inaccurate. Because buffaloes do look freaky, but
I do like that depiction where it's like slightly like there is a design, like an artistic design to it, because it's not like they're getting a one-to-one.
Right.
There is an artistic interpretation or that person's kind of general feeling of that animal or mood or I don't know.
Dude,
it's interesting.
Look at the one of a sloth.
Are you looking at like old European?
Yeah. Why did they give them like human faces, dude? Look at this one.
Is that a bear? Or
No, it's a sloth.
Okay, well, let's save all those pictures. I saved some on mine.
I'm saving these.
and
These have to be
throw
shown.
them up.
Dude, are there any good ones of monkeys, I wonder? Well, they already draw everything looking so human that I guess a
know.
monkey would be fine. Honestly, like the giraffe looks pretty realistic.
Pretty on point.
I mean, it's close. But
Just imagine if they had to hire someone like me. Like, my job was to go out.
like you bullshit your way into this position
Yeah.
without realizing you have to like present it to the king afterwards. You're like, wait, the king's gonna see
This
these?
new discovery.
Fuck.
The elephant. And it's just like, picture one of my drawings. Here, I'll do a drawing of an elephant. Like,
From memory?
should I do like my best drawing of like an elephant I
Dude,
can muster?
honestly,
Like with pencil on paper?
Yeah, you should. And because they are so... Animals are really hard to draw. The hardest one to draw is a horse. I cannot draw a horse worth shit. And I'll do one too.
That's why you commission people to draw them for you. Right?
Why would I... I don't commission anyone to draw horses for me. But here's one that I drew from memory. And here's Ryan's animal.
Elephant. It's an elephant.
And Ryan's
Obviously,
elephant and my
it's an
horse.
elephant.
So this is, if we were back in the day, this is
Yeah.
what the king would have gotten. And Luke, just cut that whole thing about commissioning horses out, because it doesn't make sense and it's not funny. So we can go to ads anyway. But let's just go to ads.
Where the legal THC at? I can tell you. At Ʞᴜ. What the heck is Ʞᴜ? You're probably asking yourself. Good question. I'll answer it right now. Ʞᴜ is your online cannabis dispensary. You don't have to walk anywhere. You don't have to drive anywhere. It's all online. And you can get a lot of cannabis products. Gummies, pre-rolls, etc. By the way, it's also DEA certified, lab tested, and might I also just add in there again, it's legal. It is fully legal. If you're 21 or older, head to Ʞᴜ.co and use code SuperMega for 40% off your first order plus free shipping. It's Ʞᴜ's biggest sale of the year, and it's live all month long. No 12-hour panic buys here. That's Ʞᴜ.co, code SuperMega, 40% off, free shipping, and the only Black Friday upgrade that comes with actual belly laughs and not lines. As always, please enjoy responsibly, and thanks to Ʞᴜ for sponsoring the podcast.
Why don't you snap into a Slim Jim?
I ran out of Slim Jims. I'm all out.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like Slim Jims?
I love Slim Jims. Well, I'm not. I don't go crazy for them. But when a Slim Jim's about, I can't help myself.
Yeah. One may never know when the Slim Jim is about. I'm quoting an old video from the 50s.
A Slim Jim?
Not about Slim Jims. It's about homosexuals, and it goes, "One may never know when the homosexual is about." Like it's a scary monster.
I mean, at that time, this was at a time where like propaganda was not too far off from like being like a decade away, if that, of depicting like Jewish people as literal like insidious book story monsters with wings and fangs and stuff.
I've seen the first Harry Potter.
So like it's no surprise, I guess.
I've been something I've been really into the last like couple weeks is I've been
Yu-Gi-Oh. I knew it. Did I get that wrong? I thought I could read you like a book. I could have sworn you had that Yu-Gi-Oh glow in you. Blue eyes, red, white dragon.
Blue eyes, red, white dragon. But I've been working on my VHS tape collection because I got a tiny little CRT TV that's like the best little CRT I've ever had, and it's on my desk at home. And I have a VCR slash DVD player that I love that has an HDMI output, so I can run it into my computer, and I can like capture and archive VHS tapes. So I've been building my VHS tape collection.
Do you want stupid stuff with Ryan and silly stuff with Ryan and Connor the movie?
Do you have it in California?
I think it's at my place.
Do you want me to rip it for you?
I would love that.
Because basically, there's a couple ways to rip it, but I have the highest quality way to do it.
I could bring it over to your place this weekend.
Dude, if you want to, I will 100% rip it.
Because I haven't watched that since maybe like 2 decades ago.
I will totally digitize it. It's super easy.
And I don't have to pay CVS or whatever, one of those.
No, dude, I got some tapes digitized before I knew how to do it. And it took I had to go drop them off in Burbank. It took weeks.
Do they give them on CDs or do they do anything?
They gave it to me on a flash drive.
Okay.
And it took weeks and it was expensive.
My aunt went to go get some stuff digitized not too 2 years ago and handed me one of the discs or just handed me, and it was just on discs, and I'm like, I don't have anything to play this on, but I was like, of course, dude, I didn't say that. I was like, oh, thank you so much, but it's these nothing play laptops don't have
nothing has a disc drive anymore.
Yeah. So
it's almost like just taking it from one inconvenient media source to another.
I have to rip it from this and then put it on a flash drive.
Exactly. But I've been growing my VHS collection, and I've been trying to get really weird, obscure tapes off of eBay. And I have a bunch of one that arrived yesterday is a Christian show for teens, and it's an episode about homosexuality. And I watched it, and it's I think you and I need to watch this for Uncle Sleepover or something. It's 30 minutes, and it's awesome. It's really awesome.
And then we can watch Hubie Halloween.
I mean, Halloween's over at this point, but
yeah, but it's still that it's November still has that spooky vibe because because the leaves are orange like pumpkins.
Yeah, it's like an autumn vibe, but that's not spooky.
You all the grass is dead and the trees are losing their leaves, and it still has that spooky vibe, post spooky vibe.
I just don't.
It's
really, I don't really. I'll be honest.
Maybe it's even more scary because
Halloween.
I was just saying maybe it could be, if you could look at it from this perspective, it's even more scary because it's unexpected. So someone could, of course someone, if it were to do something scary or maliciously scary, but it would be in the month of October because it's Halloween or whatever. But then it's even more scary when it's not when you expect that malicious bad thing to happen. And maybe November could work as a scary season as well.
Well, this is the first podcast episode of November 2025. But I gotta be honest, dude. After Halloween, everyone is kind of done with the scary stuff. They're ready to move into the holiday season because November is a time about giving thanks, not a time about being scared.
The pilgrims are scary. Their outfits. Imagine it's a foggy night and you look out your door and there's some
if I saw the silhouette of that, yeah, that'd be scary. Honestly, dude, a horror movie about the First Supper or whatever it was called, where they the first Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving horror movie,
what they did with the Grinch.
What did they do with the Grinch?
They had the big feast at the end with the hoo hash and the roast beast.
Pilgrims are scary. So are Quakers.
Who's are pretty scary too. When I was a kid, I was like, why do they have snouts? Why do they look like this?
Snoots.
Well, Cindy Lou Who didn't have a snoot.
Yes, she did.
I thought she was the only one without one. She may
the child actress.
Yeah, the child actress.
Did she not? I haven't seen The Grinch in a while.
I don't think she had a snoot. She's a musical artist now.
Was she in Spy Kids?
Maybe.
Didn't she play a love interest for Junie?
In the third one? Was that her?
Second one and third one. I don't remember. I got to rewatch Spy Kids.
The girl with the
No. That's Haley Osment's sister.
Yeah, Emily Osment from Hannah Montana.
Dude, I thought it was so sick the way she could fly with her ponytails.
Yeah, I was jealous.
I was super jealous.
I wrote a letter to her. I hope that it never made its way because it was very scathing, and I think I included a few threats. But I was very jealous of the spinning flying ponytail stuff.
Did you ever write letters to celebrities as a kid?
No, only to Santa.
Well, that's a celebrity.
Yeah, Santa was because I think I always just had that feeling of they're never gonna read it. They're way too famous.
Yeah, I thought that if I sent a letter to a famous person, nothing would happen.
Did you ever send a letter or something to a famous person, though?
I did.
Besides Santa Claus?
Well, I got responses from Santa every year. Did you?
No. Well, he presents.
I mean, it was like
that was his response.
When I would mail...
That was his mic drop moment. You thought I wasn't paying attention to you, Ryan?
Boom. Presents!
Not just at one house, but both?
Rub it in again. You know, I'm not as lucky because my parents got divorced after I became an adult and moved out to California. So I never got 2 Christmases.
It's selfish of them.
I know.
They made it so you had the worst childhood ever by not having 2 Christmases like I.
Honestly, I wish my parents had gotten divorced when I was a kid because 2 Christmases would have ruled.
It would have been freaking awesome. And they would have been competing for each other's, like, for your love.
Right.
And so it's like you just get really banging presents every year.
Instead, when I guess they were in love with each other, there was no urgency to like win
Let's
my
be real,
affection.
in lust.
In lust. But I would write letters to Santa and I would get responses, but they would be like pre-typed. They would at the post office, when they get the letters addressed to the North Pole, do they just like have to set those aside and be like... but because I got a response, that means that they had to keep some kind of like...
Maybe some kind soul did it. You know, someone who works there went out of their way.
Where
do they have like a method of like, okay, part of our job is answering all of Santa's mail?
Yeah, there's probably someone where it's like they look at all the return addresses and they just send it out. But it had my name and everything typed up too.
Okay.
So there might have been
one... Was it from Santa or was it from one of the elves?
Santa.
Okay.
It was from Santa.
Hey, Matthew.
And I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was real. I mean, it was real. But I never wrote a letter to a celebrity. The closest was I was really excited for Sly Cooper 3 before it came out. And I wrote a letter to who? I'm trying to... what's the studio that made Sly Cooper?
Dude, it's pretty cool. They made Ghost of Jöte, and they made Infamous 2, Infamous Second Son,
Not Naughty
Ghost of
Dog.
Tsushima. No, Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I wrote Sucker Punch a letter asking if they had... Because this is like before I could go on the internet and like see if there was any news about a game. I relied solely on like game magazines and stuff, and I wrote them a letter if there was any like news about the new Sly Cooper game. They responded.
Ooh.
And they sent me a demo disc
That's actually cool.
for PlayStation 2 that had...
I would have lost my shit if
did.
I responded to a fucking... Or if I sent something to a game company and they sent me like the demo of the new one.
Dude, and it had like multiple like game modes in it, showing off like new areas, and like there was like a multiplayer
Oh, that's
thing.
cool.
It was so cool. Like it wasn't just like a tiny little thing. It had a lot on it.
I got bad news too. There was a recent question that was asked to one of the heads at Sucker Punch. He's like, "Is there any excitement? You know, could we expect another entry in the Sly Cooper series? You know, after you've done all these other like amazing games or whatever?" And he was like, "I think out of like the excitement for Sly Cooper and how many, like, it's like 10 people or something." He was like, "It's like a very few amount of people who would be like geared and like jolted by making another one."
I don't think that's true. I just think it wouldn't do numbers the same way, you know, Ghost of Jöte or one of those types of games would, so they just don't care.
I want them to just do another Infamous with Cole again, which is the main character from the first two, because they changed protagonists in the third one. The generation switch.
I love Sly Cooper, dude. You've never played it, right?
No, but one of my friends loves it as well, and I'd always see him on like a PlayStation Network playing, like, because you can go back and play them.
Oh yeah, they
release. I don't know if it's like remake or remaster, but like you're able to play them on like PS5 and shit.
I have
PS4.
I have all three on. I have the PS2 ones at home, but I would love to play that with you at some point. Those games are awesome. Like I used to, my cousins would come over and like we would all just. That was one of that and Katamari Damacy were like the two games that my cousins and I would all like. Whenever it was a family gathering, we'd all gather around the TV upstairs and we'd play one of those.
There's Sly Cooper and Infamous, but like there are Sly Cooper nods in the world of Tsushima and stuff. Like whether it's like a weapon or
Really?
In
Do they have the hook?
they don't, not like as a weapon or anything, but like for Infamous, they had this wall painting of like this guy that looks exactly like the protagonist with like a sword that lightning is coming from.
Oh, that's
or like
cool.
it was like a specific looking sword, because in the second game they introduced, in the first game, you, from what I remember, it's you have your lightning powers and maybe you can punch, but in the second game they gave you like a melee weapon that was like this, you know, it has its hilt and then it goes into like this two-pronged thing for the electricity, for your electricity powers to course through. And they kind of had a katana weapon in the mural look similar to that.
What I've
which was cool.
What I liked about Sly Cooper was like each game had like a dossier of bad guys. So each game would have like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 or 7 different like bosses, and then each boss had its own world, and each one was like themed after a different place like on Earth. So like it was super fun, just like going to the different places.
Did you tackle them at any order?
No. It was,
okay,
it was chronological, but
okay.
Like one's in India, one's in like Paris, one's like Vegas. It's.
Is it a stealth game? I would imagine, because
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like,
I've never played it.
it's not complex stealth. It's more like press square to sneak past and don't get caught when the guard's walking by.
And then is the combat fun, or
Yeah.
are you supposed to not get into the combat as much and you're supposed to sneak more?
I liked the combat, but it's very cartoon and like cell shaded and.
Which is funny because Infamous, while it had a certain style, but its cutscenes would all be comic book panels, kind of slightly animated.
That's how it was in Sly too.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Like
oh,
the
that's
cut,
cool.
The cutscenes would be all like cartoons that were like still images that would like have slight movement.
They do the same thing in Ghost of Yotei too. There's specific like you'll find a guy playing, I can't remember what the instrument's called, but he's playing an instrument and maybe, and he tells you mythical tales, and there's probably like 4 or 5 around the map, and each time he tells you a tale, it goes into this kind of like ink drawn painting of stills with the slightly moving particle effects or
I love that.
motion. So they've kept it pretty consistent throughout their development. It seems like something they like to do for the storytelling.
Makes me sad though that there's no prospects for another Sly game.
Yeah, I mean, he said there's not a bunch of excitement. There's no one. I'm sure if there was someone like leading the charge, maybe, but it doesn't sound like there's that person there.
I guess it's like a lot of people do love the franchise, but I guess there's a lot of nostalgia, and it's like they'll play the old ones like remastered, but like would they buy a new one?
Yeah, I mean that's proven almost like with Destroy All Humans. While it did somewhat well and they made a little bit of money off of the remakes, it didn't do so well as to like reinvigorate the brand. The same thing happened to the Dead Space remake, which is beloved and super high quality and probably one of the best remakes ever made, but it didn't do as well as like EA would want for them to do a Dead Space 2 remake, which is actually horrible because Dead Space 2 is like the best one. And it sucks that we're not getting that because they're like, it didn't make as many millions as we wanted. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like seems petty and stupid.
Did we do Dead Space 2 on the channel?
We played a little bit of Dead Space.
Okay, that's what I thought.
2. Yeah, we did Dead Space 2 because that's
For
with
SuperMega, right?
Yeah, we had something box. We made a tiny box Tim joke in it. I remember.
That's okay. I remember that now. Yeah.
But
I don't want to talk about Tiny Box Tim.
Do you want to talk about ad reads? Because we have to do another little break.
We're contractually obligated.
Yeah. And if we don't have ads this week, then this is just embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing.
If we don't have enough for both of the...
Maybe there was like one at the first commercial break, but then the second commercial break might just be barren and empty.
Hey, did that check come through, by the way?
No.
Cold mornings, holiday plans. This is exactly the time I just want my wardrobe to be simple. Now, stuff that I'd actually wear that's also super comfortable and doesn't look like I just pulled something out of the hamper. And that's where Quince comes in. And this season's lineup for Quince, simple. So let's run through it. They got $50 Mongolian cashmere sweaters. That are super warm and comfortable. And they're Mongolian. Well, it says so. They've promised me it's Mongolian. They also have wool coats where you want something stylish, keep you warm. Not to mention mine and Matt's favorite attire. They're denim. You can't look better than getting in some Quince denim. And honestly, Matt and I love wearing our Quince attire around, not only because it's comfortable, but we look very handsome and it motivates us to do better throughout our day. And it's fun to wear. Forgot about that. I can't not mention that. But you don't only have to get Quince for yourself, it also works perfectly as a gift. Whoa, just in time for the holidays. Wow. Go to quince.com/supermega to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/supermega. for free shipping and a 365-day return. Again, quince.com/supermega. Be there or be square. Good Lord, do I just love a good Cash App. What's Cash App, you might be asking yourself? Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your terms. Matt and I love Cash App. It makes discounting and saving fun. Now when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App card or Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks benefits like up to $200 for free overdraft coverage, higher borrow rates, and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places you love to shop. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Green overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
Did you hear about those monkeys?
In South Carolina?
No.
Where?
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Okay.
I was
hoping it would be another South Carolina monkey situation.
I know. Well, there was recently another South Carolina monkey situation where there was one that was on the loose.
Well, first there were 10 jumping on a bed.
Yes, but one fell off and bumped his head. And then there were 9.
Yeah.
Little monkeys. So
jumping on the bed.
But there was one in South Carolina, and they lured it back with a cup of coffee. And there's a video of it, and they got it back. And then, like a week later, fast forward to now, there was a truck carrying diseased monkeys for a research facility. Monkeys that were infected with COVID, hepatitis, and herpes.
Okay, so not like fun superhero type, like these monkeys are radioactive and if you get attacked by, you'll turn into Monkey Man.
And that would be sick if they had some kind of like,
you'll just get herpes.
Yeah, you'll just get herpes, hepatitis, and COVID
if you get attacked by these monkeys.
The triple combo. But the truck crashed and 5 of the monkeys escaped on the freeway. Now,
did the monkeys did they go monkeys together strong and cause the crash or anything?
Not that I know. I mean,
maybe they slipped something into the driver's coffee right before we started driving. Boom. It's like this plan.
If I were the driver, I would say that the monkeys caused the crash because they can't testify and say no, we didn't. I'd be like, yeah, they all teamed up and they caused the crash because they did. Then that would take the responsibility off me.
And also apes together strong.
Yeah, it's true. But ape alone, not strong. No. But yeah, they haven't caught them all yet. They're just running around. I saw a bunch of heavily armed police officers on the freeway, and then just there's some monkeys just sitting in the grass, just chilling, looking around.
There's so much crazy shit. Did you see the police chase in I think it was California with the guy on the motorcycle who some car just decided to be a hero or whatever and sideswiped him, and so he crashed and spun around. It's a guy that shot a police officer in the head and then was on the run.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you not seen that video? I don't have my phone with me.
I have not. No, I saw a video of a guy on a mini bike, like a crotch rocket, in a police chase, like a tiny little thing. Just
Oh, then there's this other one where there was another police chase where there's a guy in a car, and then he tried to jump. He got out of the car, jumped over the median, and then got hit by a car on the opposite side of the highway.
damn, Daniel.
And it was one of those things where the news camera's close in. It's like, okay, there he goes. And then the minute he gets hit, they cut to wide, and they're like, oh, yeah, don't go back in on that. Don't go back in on that.
Yeah, they get in trouble. That's why whenever someone says the F word on TV, they're so like on live TV because I'm pretty sure the station gets fined.
They're so excited for blood to be spilled, but they can't show any.
I know. What's the point? You know, you have these other countries, you know, back in the day showing public executions on television, and now, you know, we've gotten so woke that you can't even show a guy getting hit by a car on a live police chase.
You know, there's a certain subsect of the right that believes that public execution should be televised and watched. Children should show up, actually, and sponsored by big business like Coca-Cola.
Amazon.
And Amazon, sure. Well, the big news in Amazon right now is that Jeff Bezos wants to get his hands on Sydney Sweeney as the new Bond girl in the Amazon MGM's Bond series movie thing. I don't know what it is.
Really?
But he wants Sydney Sweeney in a role, so says Reddit.
You know.
Well, she showed up to like his big birthday party, or wedding. Probably birthday party too, I'd imagine.
He combined the two, yeah. He combines it every year. Every year he gets married, and it's always on.
He says, "This is more my birthday party than the wedding. I want to make sure that's clear before it goes off. You know, I want to make sure that the birthday party happens in the beginning and the end, and the wedding can happen in the middle."
And it's a very short little quick thing. It's just kind of like, kiss the bride.
It's kind of he equated it to like when you get the well, in his words, when you get the fellas with the sombreros to play their music.
And it's good music.
Yeah,
it's great music when the fellas with the sombreros do play it.
Yeah.
It's
a mariachi band as well.
Have you ever been able to have you ever looked into
mariachi bands?
Yeah,
not really.
Like what it costs to rent one?
No, but there was this TikTok family that was like a daughter, a son, and a father who was a mariachi band, and they went around. They seemed pretty cool.
This would have been great if we'd pre-planned it and that we could bring in a mariachi band right now. But
I mean, it's great music.
It is great music. There's a lot of in Los Angeles. You know, after living here for over a decade, there's lots of radio stations that just play mariachi music.
Well, and I think the best thing mariachi bands have given us is that hilarious bit where something awkward. No, not just in SpongeBob. Any media where something awkward happens, and then as the tone gets serious, the mariachi band comes and plays, and like. And they're like, "Oh, jeez, no, go! Now's not the time."
That's classic.
Yeah, I love that bit,
and we
got to do it at some point.
100%.
We have to.
We should do it in real life though. So like, we should make sure that like we know we're
giving someone bad news. We're giving
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Like when we have to like fire Luke or something, we have the mariachi band ready, and then it's just like, yikes.
Sorry, Luke. We didn't know they'd be here. It's
yeah, you guys did. I edited the podcast episode where you talked about this happening, so very funny.
Well, if it's any there's no consolation. Shut the fuck up. And then he pulls out a gun and shoots us both in the face.
Both in the face, because he wants to make sure that our families don't get to properly grieve with an open casket funeral. They don't get to see us one last time, because shooting us in the face removes any ability for them to ever see us again.
They could just.
He shoots us with a shotgun in the face as well, too. So
damn.
there's no reconstruction that's able to be done.
They could get someone in Hollywood to make a 3D. Well, they don't have the scans anymore because we're shotgunned and we're mush.
Well,
but we can go get 3D scans now of our heads. So in the future, if our heads get blown off,
that's a great idea. So when Luke does inevitably do it and go postal, we can have that ready for our families. I mean, we could already just get the facial the reconstructions printed.
Well, how about this? Instead of going through that, because that's how about we just get miniatures of ourselves?
Yes,
that they can display.
That's less
just
expensive.
In case. Yeah,
dude, I wish that was like a tradition. It's like a service that's offered where it's like, listen, before you die, what do you got to take care of? You got to make a will, but you also can get your body scanned with a 3D scanner, and we'll make a tiny version of you that your family can display on on top of the mantle or something.
It's like a perfectly 3D scan.
In a coffin.
Yeah. You can pose him however you want him.
And then when the wake happens, like the visitation or whatever, and people come to,
He could be like sitting all cute where you sign the book, like he's sitting like
oh,
this.
there he is.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, he was shotgunned in the face, so we can't actually show the, we couldn't have an open casket, but we do have this miniature version of him.
They have a little store, they have a little shop at the funeral as well, where you can buy a Christmas ornament.
Yeah, you can, and they're, not as high quality as the one that's displayed, because that one's really nice. And everyone is handed out. They're given one of those, like, in the I Spy books, they came with the little magnifying glass, but it's like a bookmark.
Yes.
Everyone's given one of those that has like the visitations, like in memoriam of, with the date and everything.
That's
so
beautiful.
It's like a souvenir, and people get to go up close and they get to look and see all the fine details.
So it's not cheap or hackish. Some thought was put into it, and it's actually quite beautiful.
Very beautiful.
And moving.
I mean, this is not a horrible idea.
I mean, I don't see anyone else in the market. It's capitalism. We gotta get in on this on the ground level.
And the best part of capitalism is exploiting people when they're at their lowest, and when a family member dies, that's the best time to exploit them. And because what they're not gonna pay for a miniature version of their loved one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same with like funeral homes.
How are you gonna remember them? How are you gonna remember what they look like? And we can get them scented like them.
And same with what funeral homes do. They're like, yeah, but your dead relative really would have wanted the nicer coffin. Are you really gonna do them dirty by cheaping out?
You could do the cheap casket, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like it's something that most people do for kind of like if a transient gets hit by a car and they have to have a service or something,
or like an
and there's some family
member.
Yeah, it's not something that one would do for a loved one, but again, I'm not here to judge.
I don't know your financial situation.
Exactly, and I don't want to put you in a situation. I'm just saying, you only.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
You only die once, and
Yeah, that is very funny how the funeral home industry charges so fucking much for coffin, funeral, all that stuff.
It's wood.
But basically,
it's wood. It's shaped wood.
They guilt you into the whole thing where it's like, but you really loved this family member, right? Wouldn't they? If they're looking down from heaven as you make this choice for which coffin to get.
We're actually cremating. Then pulls out a big display of all the different like fucking vases they have, urns.
This one's $25,000, but it will keep the ashes very dry.
The inside of this one is gold. Now you can't see the gold, but their ashes will be touching the gold.
And they would. Isn't that what they want? What they would have wanted?
It's what I would want. I mean, that's on the cheap end. My family couldn't afford anything.
I mean, this is what most people get for the relatives they love.
the gold the gold inlined, or what would it be? The gold interior urn,
gold imbued. Dude, I don't like. It genuinely is bullshit how much it costs to bury a loved one. Where it's like, even cremation is expensive, but like. A lot of funeral places are like, yeah, but you still want to get a coffin and a grave plot symbolically.
A lot of people do, but it is a waste to lay in the grave, the grave sites.
I get I do get it though. I get wanting to visit like a grave.
Yeah, Spider-Man did it all the time with Uncle Ben.
Exactly.
It's sweet. It's poignant.
I would love. I definitely want to be cremated. I don't want to be. Dude, it's just kind of like, to me, I don't want to be like filled with like formaldehyde and sawdust and then like have makeup put on and then look all creepy just to be like, just for like my loved ones to see me and go, oh, that's a very uncanny version of him, and he's dead.
I think it's best to have like just a about this big, just a picture of like a nice profile, like our head, a headshot. Yeah, next to it, have like a book open where people can flip through candid shots of you through life.
Sure, yeah,
that's
like
beautiful.
One from every year.
You don't need a cast. You don't need to see someone's dead body. We're past that. Although I'm not against sailing me off into a lake and shooting an arrow of fire onto the little makeshift boat of wood, like a Viking funeral. Those are pretty cool.
And I'll be on the shore. I'll see you in Valhalla, brother.
and then you'll forget to set the arrow on fire, so it just goes.
That was the only arrow.
Shit. No.
So it's just not going to...
So it's just me stuck in the head with an arrow slowly floating
So it's not
up.
going to get lit on fire and sink. So so someone's going to have to go out there now and because otherwise...
Then you see like an alligator get to the side and... Oh, yikes.
Oh. Well, whoops. I would like to be... Well, I'm going to have to be cremated when Luke shotguns my face. There's going to be no visitation like we said.
Exactly.
But I do think we're on to something with this miniature idea, right?
And, you know, you can get on the ground level of this idea.
That's
we
right.
actually have a lot of backers of this idea
Already.
and you can see the people who have given the most. We have a list of these people up showing right now. The people with emojis are people who have given 100,000 or more to this idea already, and the people who don't have emojis,
They're lending support of some sort.
It's more of like verbal or just visual support for us to see the people.
If you'd like to
care.
support this project, you can go to patreon.com/supermega, and you can get your name on this list and get stickers in the mail.
Mostly it'll be for the stickers, the extra podcast content, like the little bit of podcast we record after this.
You get an extra slice of this episode.
The Uncle Sleepover, where we watch movies and talk over them. That's on Patreon as well. A little behind the scenes every now and then.
A little bit of this,
Just end it, Luke.
What?
It's disrespectful.
What are you talking
There's
about?
none of that.
Have you checked? When's the last time you checked the Patreon? Yeah, there's videos of me jerking off on there.
It wasn't just a city. Atlantis was like well, I guess it was a city. It was just a big city. Everyone was happy and chilling with their mermaid tails, sucking each other off. Again, I have pictures. I have pictures to go along with these theories.
No, stop saying you have pictures. You have drawings that you've done of what mermen sucking each other off.